The Oklahoma Sooners are in the hunt for two prospects, one here in 2024 at the linebacker position and one at 2025 at the tight end position. And if you're the Oklahoma Sooners, you realize that as the summer continues to weigh on, you're going to start to see more decisions be made. You're going to decide to see commitments be made. And Oklahoma Sooner fans should feel good about where Oklahoma's at on the recruiting trail, because we expect here in a couple weeks the Oklahoma Sooners recruiting game to really pick up. But guys, I want to hear from you. Go ahead and jump down in the comments below and let me know what y'all's thoughts are. What do you guys think of the two recent announcements from not only Tyanthony Smith, but the 2025 tight end Nate Roberts as well? So we're going to start with 2024, right? Makes sense. And we're going to start with Tyanthony Smith, the four-star, 6'1", 205-pound athlete, or linebacker out of Jasper, Texas, the 328th ranked player in the country who has over 26 offers, but recently today just announced his top 5. And you're looking at the schools of Oklahoma, Texas, Texas A&M, USC, and Alabama. Now, he's previously already taken a visit to Texas A&M, and then he's going to be taking a visit to USC on the 16th, and then he'll be at Oklahoma on June 19th, and then he'll be at Texas on June 21st. So, Tyanthony Smith, he definitely has a lot going on right now. He's going around the country. He's seeing what's out there and what's available. Now, in an interview, I believe it was with Rivals, with a guy named Cole. I've never actually heard of him before, but he talked about how, Alabama's in there because Alabama is just Bama. All they do is win. They have a good track record. So that's interesting to hear that, hey, Alabama's in there just because, it's Alabama. But by no shock, being a Texas kid, he's got the Longhorns in there. He's got Texas A&M in there, which, funny story. Now, if he goes to one of those teams, now you get to see that rivalry renewed. But when you look at the film from Tyanthony Smith, you see that ability to pursue somebody and the athleticism that he has, being athletic, long. So Tyanthony Smith would be a great addition for the Sooners alongside a guy like maybe Braden Platt, even a Michael Boganowski, who some people have even told you, hey, he might go play safety for Oklahoma. So the Oklahoma Sooners at the linebacker position, after they lost Sammy Brown, after you lost to Easton Baker, there's been some questions of like, all right, who's next? Well, Tyanthony Smith could be that guy for you. In high school, in 2021, 99 tackles, 13 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, 5 pass breakups, 2 forced fumbles, 1 interception. So Tyanthony Smith, he does it all, and he would be a pretty good player for the University of Oklahoma. But then you can move to the 4-star tight end, the 121 ranked player in the state of Oklahoma. In the 247 composite rankings from the state of Oklahoma, the number 3 overall player in Oklahoma in 2025 from Washington, 6'4", 230 pounds, Nate Roberts. So Nate Roberts, pretty impressive. He's got 29 offers. So a kid from Oklahoma, definitely getting some attention. But announced his top 11 or the finalists, so the final 11. Now, according to 247 Sports, he's like the number 55 prospect. But, of course, when you look at his list of schools that he's got as finalists, it's Oregon, Georgia, Notre Dame, Baylor, Clemson, Miami, Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan, Oklahoma, Auburn, Wisconsin. So no shock there. Again, it's full of elite schools. And, you've got to go out there and battle Georgia, a school that has primarily done pretty well at developing that tight end position and really, enticing tight ends to come play for their school. So, Nate Roberts, you're going to have to go out there. You're going to have to battle the top schools. And if you're Oklahoma, not completely sold that this is a commitment that you win. And if you're asking questions, wait, hold on. Washington, Oklahoma, that sounds familiar. I thought we were in on somebody there. You're right. But it's for the 2024 tight end, Cooper Alexander. Yes, you heard me right. Washington, Oklahoma has 2 tight ends that are currently ranked in the 247 composite rankings that Oklahoma's in for. Now, you do have a crystal ball for Nate Roberts in the system by Tom Loy for Notre Dame. And if you're Oklahoma fans, you look at that and go, oh, well, that's the only crystal ball that's in there. And that was submitted April 15th of 2023. But I will say this. Look at who Nate Roberts has visited. 3 times to Oklahoma. No shock there. Norman's right up the road. Baylor 3 times. Notre Dame twice, both in 2023. He's been to Kentucky. He's been to North Texas. He's been to Tennessee, Texas Tech, Arkansas, Penn State, Georgia, Michigan, Auburn, Clemson, Ohio State. The one that I circle with that crystal ball is Notre Dame. It's far. 2 unofficial visits within 2 months of each other. The most recent on June 13th. You might like where Notre Dame sits for the 4-star tight end out of Oklahoma. And for Notre Dame to be able to come into the state and then take a guy like that from Oklahoma, that's big time. Now, I'll say this. Oklahoma fans are like, well, why aren't we able to land these guys? They're in-state prospects. Well, that's true. Right now, you got a crystal ball for Cooper Alexander to end up at Iowa State. You still expect to have Xavier Robinson here in the 2024 class end up with Oklahoma. Zadavian Sims is committed to Oregon. Now, I'd say anybody below Nate Roberts, Oklahoma's really not gunning for. But in 2025, you've already lost a commitment from the 4-star running back, Caden Knighton, who ended up committing to Vanderbilt. So if you're Oklahoma, you are already behind the 8 ball in terms of 2025 recruiting for some of these top targets in the state. But the good news is there's still a lot of them out there. You can get Tristan Haynes from Carl Albert, teammates with Xavier Robinson, CJ Nixon, who is expected to be potentially a 5-star edge rusher out of Weatherford, Oklahoma, Jaden Nickens, who was once a 5-star wide receiver, but is now a 4-star wide receiver out of Millwood. And then, of course, you've got Elijah Thomas out of Chakotah, Oklahoma. So you look at what Oklahoma has, there's still a path to land a pretty good class in the state of Oklahoma for the Sooners. Just got to put in a little bit more work. But ultimately, that's where Oklahoma's at. They're in the run. They're in the hunt for 2 prospects. And I would say Nate Roberts, we probably know where he's going. Tyanthony Smith, not a lot of traction there with people getting an understanding of where he's going to be landing. So no crystal balls yet. No future cast. But you guys, keep your eyes out because you might see something soon. Guys, go ahead, jump down in the comments below. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are. What do you guys think about the 2 players that Oklahoma is definitely in the hunt for?